Scott and Lauren, the room had been pretty quiet for a while after I last spoke to you, but it just exploded again with the news that Trump has taken Wisconsin and Iowa.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Abby Burke. We're following two wildfires today. First, happening right now, the Junkins fire out of Custer County is continuing to grow in size. It now covers more than 13,000 acres and has destroyed a few homes.
Now, firefighters are still on scene tonight, and they are hoping for a full containment by around 7 o'clock. But because the winds are expected to continue throughout the evening, they say they plan on being here for several hours past that to keep an eye on things and to watch out for any hot spots.
Confirmed 2 civilian casualties.
And 1 UCCS police officer.
So that was the part that we were trying to confirm earlier.
It is absolutely beautiful out here. The sun is shining, still a little chilly, and as Aisha mentioned, it is definitely humid out here. My hair is getting poofier by the minute.
We lost our connection there, so we will check back in. Obviously, we have crews there, so we'll find out the rest of those details from them in just a little bit. Here are some more details on those evacuations for the Junkins fire, which impacts around 130 homes in the area. But after listening to that, I'm sure that number has grown.
We have early numbers already. 3 states reporting, with Trump with a lead over Clinton so far.
That's right. Currently, Trump leads 19 electoral votes over Clinton's 3. He took Kentucky and Indiana, and she claimed Vermont.
Yes.
Forget about it. It's beautiful. Now you can do your spiel, yeah?
All right.
We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
No, do your spiel. Tell me how nice it looks.
It looks very nice. And
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but show how nice it looks.
It looks great. It smells wonderful. It smells like butter, my favorite. Again, I will put all these recipes online for you once I'm done eating myself.
That'll make everything better. The more
Here we
butter.
go. Could be for dinner tonight.
Abby, I gotta tell you, you're new at the morning show here, but part of the responsibility, part of the Fox 21 Morning News family, is you bring that back to here, so we can all.
I'm sorry, I can't hear what you're saying.
I know. Your IFP
I
is
don't
going
know.
out. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Scott. Well, Jeff, it's pretty obvious. Fire warnings are up for Colorado. Red flag warnings in effect, and those winds, big concern tonight.
Well, the bottom line is this is still an active situation for sure.
Yes, it sounds like they have confirmed that it is involving the Planned Parenthood building. That's where it all started. The suspect is still inside the Planned Parenthood building. They said they've had contact with the suspect, but not voice contact.
Lauren and Scott, it is a packed house in here, and it seems more people are coming in all the time. We're also starting to hear some more reaction from the crowd as those numbers start rolling in. Just a few minutes ago, the crowd erupted in cheers as some news organizations predicted Donald Trump to take Ohio, obviously a big state for him. Then just a few minutes after that, several boos as it looks like Clinton is taking the lead in Colorado.
And happening now, a new round of protests are beginning tonight. This is a live look now from Chicago. You can see lots of people there on the streets, as well as lots of police presence. Now, for the most part, these protests have been peaceful over the past few days, but as we just saw in that story previously, some of them have turned violent.
That's right. We'll continue to monitor that.
Now, every stay booked through Rover.com is covered by insurance and also comes with 24/7 pet support, giving you peace of mind. Pet sitters will also text you photos of your pets throughout their stay, making the time apart a little bit easier for you. Joe, it's something most of us probably don't think about when we're behind the wheel, but all that stuff we keep in our car, like our sunglasses, water bottles, even groceries, can turn into dangerous projectiles if we end up in a crash. Lauren, deputies say they went to Martin Wirth's home on high alert because of his previous run-ins with the law, but they say they never expected the eviction to turn into a deadly shootout. In fact, back in 2014, deputies served Wirth with a similar eviction notice, and it ended peacefully.
Good morning, guys. Yes, we're just a few hours away from today's main event, the graduation of the class of 2016 at the Air Force Academy. And as you mentioned, or if you haven't heard, the main commencement speaker this afternoon will be none other than the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama. I'm joined once again by Jeff Hayes, the chairman for the El Paso County Republican Party. Jeff, since we last spoke, several more states have come in for Donald Trump: Wisconsin, Iowa, and Georgia. Earlier, you were feeling optimistic. How are you feeling now? We got some more big cheers coming in. Looks like Utah has just gone to Donald Trump.
Very nice, very nice.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all being here.
Another thing to keep in mind is that your pets, your children, even you yourself can turn into a projectile. So it's important to make sure that they're always properly restrained and for you to remember to buckle up. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Abby Burke, Fox 21 News. The suspect was taken into custody at 4:52, so almost 2 hours ago, but they are still working on that scene, and they say it could be hours, even days, until that scene is cleared. Obviously, they have to go through and search for evidence, and they have to evaluate those items that were brought with with the suspect to the building to find out what those are. So this scene, the roads are still closed. It's going to be a lot of activity still going on there for several more hours, probably into tomorrow, if not even until tomorrow evening. So if you can avoid the area, you're probably not going to have any luck getting in there anyways, but a lot to still go through and find out exactly what happened today.
Absolutely.
Lauren and Scott, it is a packed house in here, and it seems more people are coming in all the time. We're also starting to hear some more reaction from the crowd as those numbers start rolling in. Just a few minutes ago, the crowd erupted in cheers as some news organizations predicted Donald Trump to take Ohio, obviously a big state for him. Then just a few minutes after that, several boos as it looks like Clinton is taking the lead in Colorado. So again, more excitement and more reaction the later the night goes. Now, earlier we spoke with Representative Doug Lamborn, who is running for District 5. Now, he is projected to win his race tonight, and he says he feels good about his race, but he is concerned about the Senate and the White House. However, he is still optimistic that Darrell Glenn and Donald Trump can pull off a win. However, he says regardless of those results, he's going to continue to work for our citizens, our veterans, and to make America a better country.
And we were just listening into the press conference on the Junkins fire. We heard from Custer County Sheriff Shannon Byerly, Pueblo County Sheriff Kirk Taylor, and Aaron Connolly, the forest supervisor, who confirmed that there's 4 structures lost. One of those, a home, 0% contained, and again, winds, biggest concern tonight. Also happening now, we're following a second fire burning right now near Rampart Range Road. Reports of smoke started coming in around 1:30. El Paso County Wildland Fire Crews and the Pike National Forest are both on scene, as well as Colorado Springs firefighters. Right now, that fire is estimated to be about 25 acres, burning southwest of Rampart Reservoir. So far, 37 residents were told to evacuate this afternoon through emergency notifications. Evacuations have also been issued for the following areas: Shoebarth Trail, Farish area, Rampart Reservoir, and Rampart Range Road south of Loy Creek. To recap tonight, we are following 2 fires right now. The Junkins fire, which is in Custer County, that's between Wetmore and West Cliff. It's about 13,300 acres burned at this time. 4 structures have been lost, including 1 home. We've also got the Rampart fire. That's only 25 acres. We'll have all the details tonight at 6:30 on our website and Twitter.
See you then.
All right, and then you're going to spread that around the pen. I would like the viewers to know Abby is actually helping. Rolling up her sleeves, getting in there and getting it done. Not like those 2 other jamooks that used to come here, drink their coffee, have their tea, check
No,
their
I'm here
tweets.
to learn.
Tweeting people during the debate. Me and Abby made this ricotta. It's got ricotta cheese, eggs, Parmesan cheese. So that's your second layer.
And then, in fact, you mentioned it. Early on, there was some scanner traffic that was reported out there that said this shooter was contained.
And that obviously was not the case, and thankfully that information was quickly corrected, and some people had to retract that information. But obviously, if you're in that situation and you hear that, then you're going to start assuming that you're safe and you can move around. And the shooter is still very much active, even up to this minute. CSPD just tweeting again that the situation is still active. Roads are still closed. They do not have this shooter contained, and again, that is coming directly from CSPD, so that information is accurate and confirmed. One thing they didn't mention or clarify, and it was brought up several times, is whether or not there have been any casualties.
Right.
They won't say no, they won't say yes. It seems to be a subject they're kind of dancing around at this point. Obviously, they probably want to get into that building and really be able to evaluate that before they put that information out there, but that is one thing that we're not clear on yet. They've mentioned it several times, but they have yet to say whether there have been any.
Exactly, and hopefully, you know, I remember when we were live wall-to-wall coverage with the Waldo Canyon fire. For every good piece of information there was with regard to containment numbers, occasionally they would come out and say that when they got to a house they found that an individual, you know, had perished in the fire.
Good morning, guys. Yes, we're just a few hours away from today's main event, the graduation of the class of 2016 at the Air Force Academy. And as you mentioned, or if you haven't heard, the main commencement speaker this afternoon will be none other than the President of the United States, Mr. Barack Obama. Now, the ceremony doesn't start until 9:30, but if you're planning on attending, you might want to get up and get moving. Guests are asked to arrive a couple hours early as traffic is going to get heavy. Not seeing a whole lot just yet, just a few cars passing through. Of course, those gates don't open until 7 this morning. But again, might want to get up, get moving, get that coffee. And as also mentioned, the Thunderbirds will be performing right after the ceremony, so around 12:30, 1 o'clock. And just a reminder that motorists are not allowed to stop along I-25 to watch, so find another location to watch it. We'll keep you up to date with what's happening out here as things progress, but for now, we'll toss it back to you.
We begin with Fox 21's Abby Burke, who is covering the Republicans for us. She joins us now live. Abby.
Scott and Lauren, the room had been pretty quiet for a while after I last spoke to you, but it just exploded again with the news that Trump has taken Wisconsin and Iowa. So that excitement level is back through the roof here. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the Senate race. Now, it's been called that Michael Bennet has defeated challenger Darrell Glenn, but Darrell Glenn doesn't see it that way. We reach out to his party, who's watching the election up in Denver, and they say with only 52% of the votes counted and the margin less than 5%, they believe it's way too early to discount all of the voters whose ballots have not yet been counted. We asked Darrell Glenn for a statement, and he said, quote, "We continue to be energized by encouraging early returns. With less than half of Colorado votes counted, our campaign continues momentum to win," end quote. Now, Michael Bennet reportedly gave his victory speech and thanked Darrell Glenn for a hard-fought race, but it sounds like Darrell Glenn isn't quitting just yet. Again, we'll continue to bring you the updates from here in the Republican Party watch party, but I can tell you guys, the excitement level just shot through the roof again, and it's a very exciting night for everyone on both sides of the aisle. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Abby Burke, Fox 21 News. Joe and Lauren, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is log into rover.com and put in your zip code to start find pet sitters near you. You can also search by the type of service that you're looking for, whether it's house sitting, drop-in visits, even just a walk. Now, once you're in, you can search dozens of profiles until you find the right fit. You can check out their prices, reviews from other clients, and find out more about the sitter. And just a side note, each sitter is reviewed and must pass a background check before they are hired. Once you find a sitter you like, you can contact them to set up a meet and greet to make sure you're a good match. Good morning, guys. It is absolutely beautiful out here. The sun is shining, still a little chilly, and as Aisha mentioned, it is definitely humid out here. My hair is getting poofier by the minute. We're starting to see more cars show up, but still no major traffic backups just yet, so things still moving along smoothly here at the South Gate. But again, if you are planning on attending the ceremony today that starts at 9:30, you might want to get up and get moving. You're asked to arrive a couple hours early because traffic is going to get backed up. We've seen that every year. And of course, there's going to be lots of extra security as well, with the main commencement speaker being President Barack Obama. Again, the Thunderbirds will be performing right after the ceremony, so around 12:30, 1 o'clock. You can keep your eyes on the sky, but make sure that you're not pulling over along the highway along I-25. Colorado State Patrol will be patrolling up and down the roads, issuing tickets. It's too dangerous to stop along the highway, so find somewhere else to watch. You do want to watch, though, if you can, because it is the Thunderbirds' only performance in Colorado this year. So lots of exciting things happening. Again, starting to see a few more cars, but still no traffic backup just yet. We'll keep you updated on how things progress around here. Back to you guys.
I love your scarf, by the way, Abby.
Yes.
But for those out of town watching the show right now, if you're still unsure where to go, just look for the big poofy hair. And that's where she is. You're in the right spot.
Just about everyone is on their feet, some even on their chairs. I'm joined once again by Jeff Hayes, the chairman for the El Paso County Republican Party. Jeff, since we last spoke, several more states have come in for Donald Trump: Wisconsin, Iowa, and Georgia. Earlier, you were feeling optimistic. How are you feeling now?
I'm still optimistic, cautiously optimistic. It's not a win until it's a win.
But do you think he's going to pull it off?
Yes, I do.
Why do you think so many people in so many states have come out in support of Donald Trump? You know, when before the election, it didn't seem like he had as much support as he does tonight.
Well, he's appealed to a lot of people that have not been involved in politics. And we observed that in our office. We had the stalwarts that were still there coming in and contributing. We had a bunch of new faces, a real diverse crowd, people that we had not seen in our offices before. Not all of them were Republicans. And so it was really, it was an interesting phenomenon. It was really encouraging. We really want those people to feel like they're at home in the Republican Party, because we need their contributions, we need their support, and we need to represent them better.
Now, Trump didn't fare as well here in Colorado. Hillary Clinton took Colorado. What are your thoughts on that?
Colorado demographics have changed. We've had an influx of new people that have brought different ideas with them from some of their other states. I think the marijuana initiative has changed the electorate somewhat. The Democrats have always also done a really good job registering voters and selling their message. So they've had outside money that has come in and really helped them. So we've got a lot of work to do in Colorado to try to return this state to a sense of balance and really even make it red. So the tremendous challenge ahead of us. And I congratulate the Democrats for the strides that they've made.
If Donald Trump does win the presidency tonight, what do you think people can expect from him as president?
I think all we can expect is for him to do what he said he was going to do. Work hard with Congress to lower tax rates, secure the border, increase emphasis on law and order, and really restoring the reputation of things like local law enforcement, Department of Justice, the FBI. I mean, those things have been severely cracked in this administration, and those are essential elements to a free and safe society.
All right, thank you so much for your time. I'll let you get back to the party. So guys, still a lot of excitement here, but still cautiously optimistic. No one's calling this yet, but we will be sure to stick with you here all night and let you know the results and the reaction when they come in. Reporting live in Colorado Springs, Abby Burke, Fox 21 News.